Welcome, welcome, everybody. I'm Dee.
And I'm Max.
And this is The Self Show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yay.
Episode 5.
Episode 5?
Episode 5, yeah.
Oh, wow. It's going by quick.
It's going by quick, and I'm feeling more and more comfortable.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a pro now.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Would you do anything to make me happy?
My immediate reaction, like what's coming up inside of me? No.
Really?
It depends on what it is.
So you wouldn't do anything to make me happy? If I say,
no,
hon, this would make me happy.
No. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because I've learned that your happiness is not my job. My happiness is not your job. Mm-hmm. I have to take care of me. You have to take care of you. So once I learned that and I found that freedom right there, I'm like, that's not my responsibility.
I understand where you're going with this, but I feel like you just try to dodge my question, number one.
No, I answered your question.
No.
You just didn't like my answer.
You're like, Max, I don't know where you're going with this. That's what it is.
I'm like, I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is, because that's totally extreme, man. I just thought I'd let you know. No, but I do get I do understand individuality.
Like, no pressure.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Yeah, I don't under pressure. I'm not responsible for your happiness. You got to figure that out, sir.
Bruh. Ooh.
Listen, I had to figure that out for myself.
My girl, you just out here.
I'm learning. Stay in my lane. I'm in my lane.
Stay in your lane.
I'm in my lane.
Okay, so let me tell you about this post that I saw, right?
Okay, I'm gonna let you go.
So let me tell you about this post that I saw. I think I did I tagged you in it. So okay. So this lady, right? And I'm gonna put the graphic up for the video people. She said, I breastfeed my husband. It's made him healthier and brought us closer.
You want to be breastfed?
What?
Like,
what?
Like, what else could come from that? Like,
no. So listen, it's this couple. It works for them. However they choose to express their love, that's them. Okay.
Okay.
I just had one question.
What's that?
How did the conversation come up? And was it her idea?
Or his idea?
Or his idea?
Or maybe, if she had breast milk, maybe she was probably breastfeeding.
Yeah, but like, how did they get there?
You know what?
What?
Maybe it started like this. A private moment in the bedroom. And milk start flowing. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember?
I do.
Nobody told me that was going to happen.
Yeah, it was just like, it started dripping in. I'm like, why are you dripping in my mouth? Oh. Yeah.
That was so embarrassing. I did not know. Yeah. But maybe something like that happened. And he's like, it's okay. He didn't want her to feel bad. So he was like, it's okay, baby. Let me grab him.
No, he probably went that. This is some...
I don't know, babe.
You want to try it? I'm joking. All right.
Oh, where's the milk coming from? Ain't no baby over here.
Ain't no baby over here. So you completely trashed my segment. So
okay. So let's go back to that. When you asked me if I would do anything to make you happy.
Yeah.
Did you have something in mind?
No, I didn't. I was just trying to segue.
And it did not go as planned.
No. I'm expecting like, yeah, anything to make you happy, baby. And she was like,
Flop.
I'm not responsible for your happiness. If you want to be unhappy, well, oh, yo bad.
I'm like, you got work to do, babe.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry I messed up your... See?
You're hilarious. That's all I'm going to say. You're hilarious.
No, because you know what? If that was the case, and this leads perfectly into what we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
Control, right?
Yeah, go ahead with your controlling ass.
But if I was looking to you, or I expect that you're going to make me happy, then I'd have to control like how you show up, how you think. Because, in the beginning, it's like, okay. I think you need to show love in this kind of way, how I want to receive it only, for me to be happy. You have to consider me this way. I want you to respond this way, and all those things will make me happy. And then that will put you, again, which is something we mentioned before, is like performance based. And
so, okay, I think I worded the question wrong. I think that's what it was. Mm-hmm. I think I worded the question wrong. I mean, it's just because she said he's happy and healthy, and they're the closest they've ever been. So I was just thinking about a question on a whim, but I do agree with you.
Yeah.
100%.
I think, well, for me, I feel like we're the happiest and healthiest and the closest we've ever been.
Really? No, for real. No cap.
Even and that happens when we really just started just working on our own crap, just working out your own salvation.
So how you think I should have answered that? How you think I should have worded that question? Because I may want to use it again, and you just trashed it. You just. Are you willing to try anything at least once with your husband?
As long as it's not illegal, yes.
Come on, just yes or no, ma'am. You know I'm not gonna do anything illegal.
I mean, running red light is illegal, but
whoa, ma'am. Wow. All right, let's cut this. Podcast is done. Over. Jeez. Okay, control. Let's talk about control. Let's talk about control. Some secret store coming out.
You know, I can't lie.
You can't. You can't. Let's go. Next segment. Control. Mm-hmm.
You trying to control the narrative right now?
You damn right. You damn right. Damn
okay.
Right. You fool.
Okay, so.
Gosh,
we want to talk about control, right? So I'm gonna let you go first.
No, ma'am.
I'm gonna let you go
I'm gonna need
first.
you to get it together.
I'm gonna let you go first.
You know, I'm gonna pause this right here so you can get it out.
Okay. You don't. I'm good. I got it out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead.
I'm centered again.
No, laughter is always great.
I know. I'm good, but you know when I get going.
Yeah, that's all.
Good laugh. I'm like,
yeah,
it's gonna last a minute.
Yeah,
it's gonna last a while.
We got to get this out.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, so today I wanted to talk about control and letting it go and what that felt like, at least for me.
Yeah.
You know how to talk about different love languages and.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure if I subscribe to that now, but when they talk about different love languages, you have your love language, I have my love language, and I would want you to express love the way I want to receive it. Like,
yeah.
Okay, let's say acts of service, right? That was a big thing of mine.
Yeah.
And that's how I show love too. But I would expect like that's how you show love, right? But for you, it would be more like quality time,
yeah.
right? Which I enjoy quality time too, but it just showed up different.
Yeah.
And I used to think like, oh, if you don't present the way I want you to, then you're not really getting me, or you're not really getting.
I remember.
You're not really,
I remember,
like
yeah.
stuff like that. Which looking back now is like pretty silly, but wanting you to show up a certain way or respond a certain way, behave a certain way, like that's all control when you look at it. I did not create you. So why do I feel like I can, like want to tweak you and do all this other stuff? And all it does, it just creates friction, really.
Yeah.
I see that with the kids too. Like if I say something and how to respond, I may think it's
rude, or
you're being rude or disrespectful. Okay. You shouldn't do this or say this, or if you're crying or something, it's like you're being dramatic. That's unnecessary. Stuff like that.
Got it.
It was a lot of I call it friction. I don't know how else to describe it, but the internal space. It feels very. It just feel like it's always a tug of war. It's like a tug of war with you, tug of war with the kids, or for life in general, wanting things to happen when I want it to happen, how I want it to happen, my own timeline, all this stuff. It's like a me and a tug of war.
Yeah.
With life, Once that was coming up for me, and I called it what it was. And I was like, okay, so now my mission is how do I release control, right? How do I release control? I just had to learn to step back, relax, really redefining like what's important, what's not, what really matters. And once I started putting things in perspective, it became easier to like deal with the kids, deal with you. It's like there's some things that I guess used to bother me before, just doesn't carry any weight. And then what I found is that the kids they're like way more expressive, right? And then you just get to see all this different side of them. And I always tell anybody, like, my kids are hilarious. Like, they're entertaining. Like, I just love them, right? They are entertaining. And just to watch them just be, it's just like so beautiful. And that fills me up more.
Yeah.
And it puts me in a better space. With you, everything is just light, easy, flowing. That's even
ease and flow. You said that's your
ease and flow. I keep saying. I was telling you.
No, that's your thing.
That's
that's
my.
That's where I got it from.
That's my slang right there. Ease and flow. And even with just life in general too, I've learned to relinquish that, like the expectations of how things should be, when it should be. Like, you can have a goal, you have a vision, you can plan and you work towards those things, but not get so caught up in the how it's supposed to happen, how it's supposed to present, when it's supposed to happen. And when you really realize just what's really in your control, you realize you don't really control most of that stuff anyways. So you're just pretty much fighting against yourself.
Yeah.
So once I realized that, it's like, it's pretty silly. And then relinquishing that, I didn't realize just how dense that kind of energy was you walking around with, right? Like, where you feel like you're in friction, force, push and pull. And when all of that we release all of that, not to say that it doesn't, sometimes want to show up.
No, absolutely.
And you just have to now there's a level of awareness where you can say, you know what?
That's it.
That's what it is. I can deal with it right then and there and just keep on going.
I realize I have to do that too. No.
Yeah, because your old programming like that, if you've been a certain way for a long time, you don't just a day, a month, a year. Like you can make progress, but you don't completely undo. It's a continuous work in progress, right?
Yeah.
Continuous work in progress. I mean, each time you will move further and further away from the old person you were, but you still, sometimes those old way of thinking can show up and you gotta identify for what it is and say, no, that's not what we're doing anymore. And then you just remind yourself of what we're doing, what's the goal, and keep moving forward. But releasing control.
Yeah.
I can feel the internal difference. I feel so much lighter.
We get to a place where we talk about our healing and our expectation, even that we have control in our own healing. We expect it to be instant. So if we mess up, it's right? If we get into the mindset that this process is an evolution to our better self, right? The best example that I have, and it's going to hear my nerdy 12-year-old self, Pokemon, at a certain level, they still have different levels that they have to go through. And at certain levels, they learn. So like, let's say Charmander, when you first get him, he just have like scratch and growl, right? But at like level 8, he learns Ember, and at level 16 or something, he learns Flamethrower, so that's like a hotter fire, a hotter Ember. And then he turns into Charmeleon, and then they learn different moves. And that's how I see myself. I see myself as a person that's evolving or going through the evolution to my better self. But there is going to be some obstacles that I would have to overcome. But then there are going to be some things I'm going to learn about myself, and that's the awareness. The same way how the Pokemon learn a new move, I learned something new about myself, and then there is a greater awareness where, I can identify my weakness, but I can also identify my strengths. That mindset, that shift is what helps me throughout my growth. Because if I mess up, I'm like, I'm not as hard on myself as I was before.
Because, even that, I realize if you do mess up or you fall back and you beat yourself up, that's still tapping into control there, because it's like you want to control how your healing process is supposed to unfold, how long it's supposed to take, Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of a benefit that I found in like releasing all of that is that it gives the kids space. And things just between us, it just feels so much more like we're so much more in sync.
Fluid, yeah.
With you, same thing. It gives you space. And what I'm seeing is that I'm getting way more out of you than when I was trying to see how it
So you never told me that.
No, I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay.
Like, that's my benefit.
Okay. Cool.
I don't need you to switch up on me. I just need you to
there ain't no switching
keep
up. Responding
to what I'm doing.
I will, yes.
To the work I'm doing.
Okay. No, I felt good. I felt good when you said that.
But no, I'm seeing you show up in different ways. You're actually doing way more without, you don't have to be prompted. You don't have to be, and I'm seeing that in life too. So just relaxing and just, how you said, just let life do what it do. Because I really trust in a higher power. And I really believe that it's only good things in store for me. So right now, I really don't care about how,
yeah,
when,
yeah,
and when I it puts me in a space where I'm just enjoying the process. And I just started having this renewed excitement for life.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm starting to see things just popping up out of nowhere that's like just supporting me. It could be in the simplest of things. And I know I'll say something and you probably you may laugh, but as simple as I will have a thought or I would say a need in the moment. I don't even have to say out loud now or look around and ask anyone. The help would just presents itself.
Yeah. Why would I laugh about that?
No, I guess because when I got, how it is when I get excited, right? I'm like, I think when you start,
I think that's amazing because remember, I was sharing with you that even my meditation or prayer is different. So before a prayer would consist of a list, like Santa's list, right? And it would just be heavy, like 80% what I need, how I need it, and how I need it to come and when I need it by. But now I'm realizing that I'm more in a place of, I'm saying thank you more often.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful. And there are times where I do lift things up and I'm like, you know what, I do want this to happen and this to happen, but I that's where it stops. That's where it stops. And as you said, it feels like the help just, and I hate using, I don't like using the word help, but I feel like life just conforms. It just conforms as when we just let God cook. Like, hey, you know what I need. You know what I need. I'm just here as a formality, like saying like, hey, I may need this a little faster, and I don't worry about it afterwards. Like, that's it. I don't worry about it afterwards.
Yeah. I have no timeline.
Yeah.
I just give up.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is too. It's like when you get to a point and you're just like, you know what? And you just throw your hands up. But it wasn't in a, like, when you're like throwing a tantrum.
No,
it wasn't in that way.
No.
It was more it's like a gentle surrender. That's how I call it. It was like a gentle surrender. And then with that, it's just all these beautiful experiences happening. And it's like you said, when you start being grateful and thankful, it's like things just start expanding.
Yeah.
And I said, whatever you focus on, it expands. That is really true. It's like, now I'm just starting to see so much to be grateful for, appreciative of, and it just keep expanding and expanding. So it's like more things are happening for me to be even more grateful and more thankful.
Exactly. It's just a gift that keeps on giving. The best words I can put together is that I created my own Eden. I created my own peace. I surrendered to my own Eden and I surrendered to my own peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, both spiritually, mentally, emotionally, I'm just in my own Eden.
Yeah, and it feels so good.
It does.
It feels so good.
It does.
So what about you? You don't have anything about control? That wasn't your thing?
I think I pretty much said it. I think I pretty much said it. Is more so like when I pray, and that's something I was taught in church. You pray and you tell God how you want it, when you want it, and it's like, yo, who are you? And he's like, who are you? You puny. It's like Hulk and Loki. It's like,
puny human,
puny God. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? I'm from source. Like, he's my source. I'm a piece of him. Yeah, he knows what I need in the moment, and even more. And probably some of the stuff that I think that I need, I'm probably asking out of fear.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And living life in fear is it's not healthy. And that's how I was parenting too. You know, I parent my girls, I parent my boy, you know, in a way because I don't want them to go through what daddy went through. So they need to have a certain vibrato to them. You know, they need to have a certain, and I do believe that still, you know, but there are healthy ways that I can inspire them or coach them or guide them into being a better me. If I had a scale of control, it would have been that, just my spiritual life and parenting. You know, that picked up, that ate up most of the pie chart. You know, and in that, like I have a piece in myself, in both, because you know what, I may not be the perfect parent, but what my kids won't be able to say, or what my family won't be able to say, is daddy didn't give his best.
Yeah.
They won't be able to say that.
It's true.
So
there's beauty in letting go of control, y'all. So, especially women, let me talk to y'all. Because a lot of times we don't think we have an issue with control, but we really do. And if I remember correctly, there was also a passage in the scriptures that mentioned that, like, the woman have a desire to want to rule over her husband. Mm-hmm. So if you think
you may have to put that in the
you don't have a thing with control, I advise you to just do a little searching, just a little bit of searching. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, you'll
be surprised.
Or even just get your and I'm not just talking to the women, because who am I, right? This is for everybody. I don't want to get come at, but get to a place of realization where you want to grow. And when you focus on that, even in the morning as you get up, you just kind of focus on that for a little bit. It doesn't have to be long. Mm-hmm. Just 2 minutes. You're going to create a self-awareness. You're going to create a self-awareness, and you're going to see it in your interactions with people, just with life, period. And just work on it as you go. Don't be too hard on yourself. Be happy. Be thankful. Be like, you know what? Thank you for this moment that I was able to see a moment that I can make better. Mm-hmm. And in those little tweaks, you do this for a week, you do it for 2 weeks, you do it for a month, you're going to see the big and massive changes within yourself. And you'll be happy for it. The people around you will be happy for it. I didn't know, but I have a happier wife for it. So yeah, so that's my TED Talk. That's my TED Talk.
And on that note, guys, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for rocking with us. I love you.
I love you too.
And I hope you got something from this, and we will catch you again next week.
Peace.
Peace.